Just win, baby, win.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get it up. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. 'Cause we take it over.
The Mavericks look to take charge at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas, and we're going to bring it to you live. And for the Detroit Pistons, they come into tonight's game. After the loss to the Rockets in Houston. So Detroit will get the first possession. We've got a chance here to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for the Pistons, we've got Kawhi Leonard, Jody Meeks out there with Jackson. Then it's Ilyasova, and it's Drummond in at the 5. And Leonard gets it to go.
And last year we saw Coach Rick Carlisle pass the 600-win mark. Former Coach of the Year award winner, has had so much success here in Dallas. One of many coaches to play for the 80s Celtics.
5 on the clock. Here's Nowitzki. Ilyasova comes up with the rebound. Outside Jackson. Feeds to Ilyasova. And Meeks kicks to Drummond. Lets it go from deep. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. Drummond's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, I'm impressed with the determination he showed right there, getting himself in the good position under the glass. Did his work early there.
Yeah, with the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to go to.
And then also just the niftiness with that tip in, just a quick touch, again, before the defense knows what hit him.
And with Coach Carlisle, he's had great success, Greg, as you're talking about, down in Dallas. Now in his 8th season, he's never finished under 500 with the Mavericks, only finished under 500 once in his whole career Clark, he only missed the playoffs twice as a head coach.
Well, we had him in Indiana, and he's fantastic as a basketball coach. And the Mavericks have made it known that he can hang around and coach as long as he'd like to. That's pretty high praise for Rick Carlisle.
Down low, and there's the 3-second violation. The Pistons have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. The drive by Jackson. Lets it go with the 3. Ilyasova can't hit. Detroit on D. Williams dishes to Green. They set the pick. There's Beal with the 3. The Mavericks rebound. 4 on the shot clock. And it's Green missing. Detroit's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Leonard the pass to Ilyasova. Another miss by Ilyasova. Mavericks have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Williams kicks to Nowitzki. And stolen by Drummond. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Pass to Drummond. Williams comes with the double team. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Back to Nowitzki. He nails it, and we're tied up. Nowitzki's got his second bucket tonight.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
They set the screen. Back to Jackson. Dishes it to Drummond. Shot to stop the drought. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Andre Drummond is a big guy. At the NBA Draft Combine, he measured 7 feet tall with a 7'7" wingspan. And he tipped the scales at 280 pounds. That's a super heavyweight, my friend.
Detroit making a switch here. Gordon's checked in. And on the topic of Andre Drummond, Greg, there are a few guys in the league who combine his kind of size with the type of athleticism he possesses. Fast up and down the floor, quick off his feet, even sports a little hang time. I mean, the guy's got a full package athletically.
You talked about the raw physical tools. Then you factor in the 2 things as a big that I really value: great hands and quick feet. And he's got that going for him. So you can't go through him, you can't go around him, and you certainly can't go over him. I mean, what's left?
We can only hope to contain him, as they say. Williams kicks to Beal. Outside Jackson. There's the pass to Meeks. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Meeks got his first 2 points. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Pistons.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
And it's blocked by Gordon. Oh! Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
Pistons leading by 4. Jackson with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And Leonard has it in the corner. 6 to shoot. Here's Drummond. Power down with both hands.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that 2-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Drummond, a bit of a disappointing season last year. Not so much in play, but people wanted to see a bigger leap from him. Now, his numbers are still pretty jaw-dropping, but I think he's got so much there to give.
He has a lot of potential, Kevin. And listen, I don't think his play was bad. He just had such huge expectations to live up to. I mean, player development is not a straight line, and it would have been very hard to have him take another huge leap forward. Sometimes you have that sophomore jinx, and I'm expecting a big year from him this season.
Here's Beal. They get it back. And the layup's good off the glass.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Jackson dishes the land. Pass to Drummond. Outside Jackson. Kicks the land. Here's Gordon. Beal with the steal. Nowitzki up top. To the paint. He's looking for Okafor and finds him. And that one's good.
You know, for Drummond last season, his numbers were relatively the same. The expectations placed on him were so hard for him to live up to. Maybe now those will be tempered a bit and he'll play better.
And another thought on Drummond, a lot more was expected of him last year, and he saw more attention. Even though his numbers were close to the same, I really felt his impact on the floor was not.
Now Lynn, after Jeremy Lamb's three-pointer that didn't go. Okafor with the ball. He's picked up by Lamb. Nowitzki, no good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Now here's Leonard. Detroit, no good that time either. Outside, Lynn. He feeds it to Beal. Fades and shoots. Rebound by the Pistons.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Well, last season, the Pistons didn't reach the playoffs for the 6th consecutive season. They're making progress, but as we can all see, still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you know, they were spoiled for a while there. How about going to the playoffs for 1996 to 2009? So it's been a rough stretch here of late, but you get the feeling that the building blocks are in place for another push.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Boozer comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. And it's Barbosa in for Bradley Beal. Brandon Wright's checked in for Detroit. Jack comes in for Jackson. And Jack, here we go. And he gets it to go. And the Pistons lead by 3.
And I bet most people forget that the Pistons did make the playoffs for 8 straight years before this current drought. It's been a long rebuild process for them recently, but I think they're making progress and moving in the right direction. The clear look at the hoop, he doesn't miss many of those.
Now the feed to Leonard. Gordon with no one around. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Gordon's got 5.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not? And for the Pistons, they seem to have a direction and plan now that just wasn't the case before. It won't be easy to get back into the postseason, but I really feel like they are on the right path.
And that one's good.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
Now here's Lamb, covered by Barbosa. Worked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. Mavericks trailed by 4. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Detroit's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Left side, Jack. Drains it from beyond the arc. Jack's got 5 points so far.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Barbosa kicks to Lynn. Back to Barbosa. Right block shot, and Wright pulls it down. Pistons leading by 7. Over in the corner, Lamb. And a great assist by Jack as that one goes in. Lamb's got his first 2 points of the night.
Probably wasn't the shot they were looking for, but they'll take the bucket.
Screen by Boozer. And world peace gets to Boozer. Dallas moving the ball around. Another miss by Okafor. Detroit's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. And here is Lamb. Here's Leonard. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm. And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
Anthony Morrow's checked in for Detroit. Looking at Dallas, they want to turn it around after the loss to Houston. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Wright. And it's off the back rim, no good.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
And we reach the end of the first quarter. Pistons lead by 5. And now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And guys, what's your take on the Pistons so far?
I tell you what, defensively, they have been in tune with one another, as intense as I've seen.
Yeah, nice job helping out on the rotations and drives, doing really good work at the defensive end.
On the court for the Pistons, Anthony Morrow out there with Gordon. Then it's Jarrett Jack. Then it's Jeremy Lamb. And it's Wright in at the 5. Pistons leading by 5. Jack passes to Gordon. Back to Jack. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Look out now, Jarrett Jack starting to go off.
The Mavericks shooting under 40% all in all for the game.
And guys, looking at Jarrett Jack, one word comes to mind: professional. I mean, he's as solid as they come. Tough, capable, experienced, and he proved it all again last season.
Shot clock at 5, and that is good.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
He dishes it to Gordon. Wright sets a screen. Gordon with the screen for Jack. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Lamb. And Detroit again with the bucket. Talking about Jarrett Jack, he is especially dangerous at the end of the game. Not only does he make great decisions, Clark, he was a top 10 free throw shooter last season.
Yeah, experienced, tough-minded ball handlers and shot makers are always valuable, especially when it's winning time.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket?
Wright with a screen on world peace. The kick out to Wright. A three-pointer, no good. Mavericks trailed by 5. Here's Barbosa. Finish off the break.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
The dish to Morrow. Passes it to Jack. And he gets it to go. Jack's got 9 points. The Mavericks have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Now here's Vasquez. D right on him. He kicks to Barbosa. Feeds it to Boozer. And stolen by Gordon. And Jarrett Jack again. Now it's a 7-point Piston lead.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Vasquez dishes to World Peace. Barbosa kicks to Boozer. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. 6 points for him.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Shot clock at 6. Lamb passes to Jack. Drills the three-pointer. Jack's got 14.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Now here's Vasquez. Defended by Jack. There's the screen. Leandro Barbosa on the wing. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for Dallas. And Jack, here we go. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
When you're hot, you're hot. And that's certainly been the case for Jack. He's got 14 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
If Clark, it's no stretch to say the more points he gives them from beyond the arc, the better off they'll be.
Jeff Green, he's checked in for Dallas. Beal comes in for Leandro Barbosa.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
Lin dishes to Okafor. Back to Lin. Pass to Beal. The pass to Okafor. Tries from 10. No good. Gordon with the defensive effort. Detroit leading by 10. Mavericks last season, Clark, were very tough down the stretch in games. Had a lot of players that shined all the time during crunch time.
Well, when you've got guys like Dirk and Monte that can create their own shot, it gives you a chance to win close games. It's a big reason they were 6-0 in overtime games, in my opinion.
Dishes it to Beal. He had stolen by Lamb. Now the fast break. Lamb with the ball. Outside Gordon. Pass to Wright. And they double up Gordon. And Lamb kicks to Gordon. Over to the wing. Fires for 3. No good from Lamb. Mavericks trailed by 13. Will it go? And finished off by Beal.
Up high and down hard with the one-hander.
Got a little extra forceful with that one, didn't he? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I think that's going to rouse up his teammates, no doubt.
And Jack kicks to Lamb. Wright sets a screen. Back to Jack. And Detroit again with the bucket.
Well, I tell you what, when you get this kind of effort and efficiency from him, they're a really hard team to beat.
Lin the pass to Boozer. Back to Lin. Gordon against Boozer. Detroit with the rebound.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Morrow, no good. The Mavericks have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Wright dishes to Jack. Stolen by Boozer. Dallas calls timeout.
You know, for Carlos Boozer, last year was a bit peculiar. I mean, after being a key player for several playoff teams throughout his career, he landed on the Lakers where the playoffs were nowhere in sight. Tough environment for a veteran to succeed in.
And getting back to Boozer, last year he was claimed off amnesty waivers by the Lakers. Now, Los Angeles paid $3.25 million of his salary, while the Bulls paid the remaining $13.5 million of his salary.
And getting away from the contract, you know, he actually had a decent year. Shot over 50% from the field. Strong rebounds per minute average. I mean, he's a professional. He went in and did his job.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Lazili's checked in for Okafor. Nowitzki comes in for Carlos Boozer. Darren Williams is subbed in for Jeremy Lin. Shots good by Williams.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Drummond a screen. Leonard kicks to Ilyasova. Back to Leonard. The shot from 20 feet away. Detroit, no good that time either. Mavericks trailed by 11. Kicks it to Green. From 17 feet out. That's good from Nowitzki on the assist by Green. 8 points for Dirk Nowitzki. Here's Jackson. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And there's the feed to Meeks. From downtown. That one goes. Count it. And the Pistons lead by 12.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Nowitzki gets a wide open look. Can't nail the jumper. Detroit's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. The drive by Jackson. He feeds it to Drummond. And the call will be against Darren Williams. That's his first foul.
First personal foul.
Jackson against Williams. There's the dish to Drummond. Just 5 on the clock. To the inside. Ilyasova can't hit.
You know, he can be a little hesitant near the rim. We saw it there. If the defense offers just a little bit of resistance, he doesn't take it up quite strong enough.
That's good.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Jackson against Williams. Pass to Meeks. And the 3 off target. Mavericks trailed by 10. Here's Beal. It's hauled in by Ilyasova.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
He dishes it to Drummond. It's stolen by Green. We've got 1:55 left in the second quarter. They set the pick. Beal, that's for 2. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. It's on Kawhi Leonard. The Mavericks have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight. And the thing about Bradley Beal, when he suits up, the entire lineup becomes exponentially more potent. A quick, powerful athlete. Greg, high basketball IQ. Had the great teaching at Florida, carries it to the NBA. Opponents have to account for him, I think, on both ends of the floor.
And that's a great point, Kevin. I mean, coming out of college, a lot of people compared him to Ray Allen. I mean, he possesses that next level smoothness and body control that's often indicative of a true difference maker.
Williams passes to Nowitzki, and it comes off the front of the rim.
You love the closeout on that possession.
Excellent defense, active, and he made it a very tough shot for him.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And, you know, going back to Bradley Beal, the bottom line is he's a winner. Last year, the Wizards went 8-9 with Beal out of the lineup. Hard to argue with those facts and numbers.
And when you talk about Bradley Beal, it's not just having him in the lineup that matters. It's having him at his best. When he's at 100% health, there are very few guards in the league who can keep up with him. Truly one of the game's great young talents.
Dallas calls timeout.
And guys, Reggie Jackson was at the end of a yo-yo last season. He starts in Oklahoma for an injured Westbrook. Westbrook comes back, sends Jackson to the bench. Then Oklahoma sends Jackson to Detroit, where he fills in for another injured starter in Brandon Jennings for the rest of the year.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Barbosa's checked in. Now getting back to Jackson, he showed several times last season that he has that starter ability. The Thunder knew they wouldn't have the money to re-sign him, Clark, in free agency, so they traded him to avoid losing him for nothing.
Yeah, that's a good move. And with the Pistons, Jackson finished the season strong, while the Thunder, without Jackson or Durant's contributions, missed the playoffs for the first time in years.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They might be named after a car part, but the Pistons had a rough go of things on the road, Clark. They just I had to use it. They just couldn't stay consistent away from home.
They couldn't. Only won 14 road games, and that number is not enough to get you to the playoffs.
All right, that was your Mavericks dancers. Give them a round of applause, fans.
54 seconds left to play here in the half.
And guys, for the Pistons' bad road record, a lot of it was due to their poor start on the road. Only managed to win one of their first 9 games, and that tends to take the confidence away from a young team.
Mavericks trailed by 11. Williams dishes to Green. Outside Williams. 4 on the clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Green. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
The Mavericks have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7. He hits the second from the line. There's 21 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Now here's Jackson. He kicks it to Drummond. Outside, Meeks. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. So we've reached the end of the... Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. Jarrett Jack with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. Jarrett Jack with a strong contribution so far in this one.
It's as if he can get to the rim any time he wants. And in that first half, he wanted to quite a bit.
And that's where his points were coming from. I mean, the defense has to do a much better job of challenging him at the rim.
They've got Bradley Beal. Ezeli is out there with Nowitzki. And it's Green, and it's Williams at the point. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half. And the wide open shot from Green. The foul called on Festus Ezeli. That's foul number 2 for him. Pistons leading by 10. Outside Jackson. Feeds to Ilyasova. Mavericks with the rebound.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
Count the bucket.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Jackson kicks to Meeks. Back to Jackson. Just 5 to shoot. That's good. And the Pistons lead by 9.
Well, we know prior to last season, the Pistons handed the car keys over to Stan Van Gundy. He had some early hiccups, but overall, I think they're headed in the right direction. He's a proven winning coach in the NBA.
Here's Nowitzki. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Jackson kicks to Ilyasova. He's looking for Drummond and finds him. Jackson with it. Williams picks him up. From deep, Ilyasova. Another miss by Ilyasova. Well, with Coach Stan Van Gundy, it was a very successful first year in Detroit. He's a guy who's going to build around defense. That's been his MO.
And Van Gundy has always been a defensive first type guy, Kevin. I mean, the last 30 years, has probably the best defensive efficiency for a career as a coach. And his teams always play with great emphasis on that side of the ball.
And Leonard has it in the corner. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And guys, Jeff Green, by every measure of athleticism and skill, should have become one of the game's better small forwards, but inconsistency has plagued him throughout his career.
And Kevin, I always go back to something my college coach told me. The mental to the physical was 4-to-1 in this game. And so through those 7 full seasons, he's teased everyone with that talent. And then it does suddenly disappear. And there's no other way to describe it other than the fact that it is mental. He hasn't been able to sustain it in terms of the consistency, and that's why he hasn't fulfilled his potential. And when they desperately needed to get things turned around, they were able to rally and get back into it.
And, Greg, it was really their defense just as much as their offense that served as the real catalyst. And I think it allowed them to put that run together.
Jackson misses.
You know, with Jeff Green, the one thing you can say about him is he's been durable, especially since he'd had the unforeseen heart issue in 2011 for which he needed season-ending surgery. Since then, over the past 3 full seasons, he's played in 81, 82, and 78 games.
Here's Leonard. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. Leonard's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Nowitzki sets a screen for Williams. Off the pick. And it's Dallas with another.
And talking about Jeff Green, I'm rooting for him. I mean, I'm rooting for him to finally put it all together, to gain and maintain the confidence, and really to fulfill the vast potential we all know that he has.
How about that now? What a sensational finish.
Oh, got to be able to get some hang time to do that one.
Yeah, you got to rise and levitate.
Suspend yourself.
Yeah, levitate.
Almost. How about the glide in and then also to reverse it?
The drive by Nowitzki. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Williams against Jackson. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Dirk Nowitzki picks up that one.
And for Reggie Jackson, the league is going the right way in terms of his skill set. Everyone loves the guard who can shoot well enough to bust the zone as well as make plays for others and at the rim. And Jackson is that guy.
It's Beal on the wing. Wide open look.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the with the dunk like that.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. And the Mavericks making a change here. Okafor's checked in. Detroit also making some changes. Aaron Gordon comes in for Ilyasova. And Jarrett Jack is subbed in for Jackson. Here's Beal. And it's blocked by Gordon. Coach is liking Clark what he's seeing from his offense.
Shoot, why wouldn't he? I mean, guys, they're filling it up with ease, executing, getting quality shots. I mean, this is fun to watch.
And, guys, they put the defense on the defensive.
Outside Williams. It's tipped. Nowitzki kicks to Beal. Outside Williams. Picked by Okafor. Williams passes to Beal. Dallas again missing.
Some of the shots he's taken have been real head scratchers. I mean, come on. He's out there playing like it's a game of horse at the park.
Shot by Jack. Wide open. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists now in this one. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Nowitzki left side. Outside for Beal. Outside Green. And here we go. The Pistons fast break. Meeks good. And now an 11-point Piston lead. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Pistons.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Yeah, and another thing, they've created a lot of turnovers, but they've also been able to convert when they've gotten out in transition.
Well, that was Dirk Nowitzki getting in the way of the defense right there. Well done. You know, you look at Dallas, and that team didn't rely too much on the mid-range or the short game last season, but they could have. They shot 70% from 12 feet and in, excluding drives. That's pretty good.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. For the Mavs, and that 70% shooting from 12 feet and in. A lot of Dirk high posts and push shots from their guards will do that.
It isn't the most efficient shot by analytics, but there is a lot to be had in the mid-range. If teams only protect the 3 and the rim, you can feast on them with the little short push shots, and the Mavs did that last season.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Boozer, he's checked in for Nowitzki. And it's world peace in for Jeff Green. And good on the basket. Book it.
So they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
Dallas calls timeout. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And, Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Here is Williams. Guys, there's still time for them to make a run.
But the margin of error is history.
Can't have any wasted possessions down the stretch.
Down low. Dallas moving the ball around. And it's world peace missing.
Yeah, and listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Jack dishes to Gordon. Back to Jack. Goes up again. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
Williams kicks to world peace. Back to Williams. Beal gets a wide open look. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. And that's 13 points here for Beal. Williams against Jack. Pass to Gordon. Wright with a screen on Okafor. They double him with Boozer. And Wright, here we go. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
You know, he might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
And guys, it's something that he's going to have to work on more and more because he's still not getting the kind of shooting percentage he would like from the line.
World peace. That doesn't go either for world peace. Jack with it. Williams picks him up. And Lamb kicks to Jack. Kicks it out to Gordon. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Goes up on the wing. No good. Good D by Boozer. Mavericks trailed by 15. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Outside Williams. Outside Boozer. Back to Williams. And the 3 ball is good. Williams has got 7.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
And Jack kicks to Morrow. Good, and Jack gets the assist. Jack's got his 3rd assist on the night. Williams against Jack. And Boozer throws it down.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
Dallas has gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. And guys, over his first 3 seasons, no question Jeremy Lamb has been a major disappointment. Clark, his game simply didn't seem to evolve at all over that time.
Well, that's why scouting is an inexact science. He was a major piece in that James Harden trade, Kevin, a few years back, but just hasn't found the traction anticipated for him.
And there's the pass to Wright. Dishes to Lamb. Wide open. Right. The follow-up champ.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
Okafor kicks to world peace. Goes up on the high post. And it's Okafor missing.
I love the anticipation defensively there to get into the perfect spot.
Outside Jack. Gordon with the screen for Jack. And Detroit again with the bucket.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
And here at the end of the 3rd quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Pistons leading by 19. On the floor for Detroit, Jarrett Jack is out there with Jeremy Lamb. Then it's Brandon Wright. Then there's Gordon. And it's Morrow in at the small forward. And Lamb kicks to Morrow. Okafor grabs the miss. Okafor's got rebound number 5 here tonight. World peace, the best to Okafor. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Jack. And Lamb with the basket on the assist from Jack. Jack's got his 5th assist in this one. Maverick shooting reasonably well, 45%. Lynn against Jack. Shot off the pick. And he gets it to go.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
Pass to Lamb. Here's Morrow. There's a good screen. Jack with the 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. Okafor's got 6 rebounds now in the game. To the inside. The basket good off the assist from Lynn.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Kicks it to Lamb. Back to Jack. There's the double team with Barbosa. Lamb, good. And the Pistons lead by 19.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
The feed now to Barbosa. Offensive rebound. World peace. Misses the layup. The Pistons have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Gordon goes in. Pulls from the top of the key. Excellent D there from Okafor. Lynn kicks to Okafor. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
With that reverse jam, the fans got a little extra show there.
That one definitely had something, you're right, extra on it.
Man, I got to pick my jaw up off the floor after that one, guys.
And that one's good. Right.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
Here's Barbosa. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
That's his first personal foul.
Just a bit of an up and down year for the Pistons last season. Had some long winning streaks and some long losing streaks for first-year head coach Stan Van Gundy.
Yeah, Kevin, some would say it was addition by subtraction because they really went on that big run after they released Josh Smith. 7 straight wins for them at one point, and they also did have some giant lulls.
Andre Drummond's checked in for Detroit. Lavoy Allen comes with that jam. I mean, just beautiful.
Grown man's power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of it.
Clark, that could be a catalyst for him.
I think you're right.
And we've seen those kinds of plays get them fired up in the past.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
In the break, guys, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back. Guys?
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Azili's checked in for Okafor. Nowitzki comes in for Carlos Boozer. And it's Green in for Meta World Peace. They set the pick. Nowitzki a screen. Barbosa dishes to Green. 6 on the shot clock. Nowitzki's shot is no good.
Kevin, just enough presence to bother that three-point attempt there.
Yeah, but for a guy that shoots it as well as he does, I'd say that is an easy look.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
Stolen by Allen for the finish. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
How about the quick hands on the steal and the quick feet on the break?
Yeah, a careless, silly mistake there, though. I mean, coughing the ball up and then not being quick enough to get back on defense, that's costly.
Azili the pass to Barbosa. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Barbosa's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
Now Jackson. He feeds it to Leonard. Puts it up from 17. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Nowitzki, good.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
They're all about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
To the wing on the left. Here's Humphries. Outside for Jackson. Here's Lido. Off target from outside. Mavericks trailed by 17. Here's Barbosa. Here's Nowitzki. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
Outside Jackson. Clock at 6. Leonard with no one around. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 6 assists in the game. Lynn with it. Nowitzki with the screen on Jackson. The dish now to Barbosa. Back to Lynn. Stolen by Jackson. And Leonard has it in the corner. Dallas has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Stolen by Jackson. Passes it to Allen. Here's Lido. Outside Leonard. Fades and shoots. Yes, indeed, it is good. He's now 8 for 14.
A tough first half, but it's been a different story here since the break.
Lynn kicks to Green. He dishes it to Nowitzki. Feeds to Lynn. Three-pointer. No good. And Detroit the other way now. Now a timeout called by Detroit.
You know, for so long, the NBA has had 12-minute quarters. In last year's preseason, they began experimenting with the 10-minute quarters. Players seem to like it, but it would be a huge change philosophically in terms of how the game is played.
And Clark, with the 10-minute quarters, the players felt like they were fresher during the game. Still, removing 8 minutes from an NBA game does have huge consequences.
Well, we must remember it's being experimented with right now, so keep that in mind. They also talked about shortening the preseason and doing other things to keep players fresher during the year. I like the thought process.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Morrow comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jody Meeks in for Jackson. Morrow dishes to Allen. The putback can't hit. Now Dallas takes it the other way. They've got the Hawks ahead of them in their next game, and it's in Atlanta. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
The big change last year for the Mavs came when they traded for Rajon Rondo. It looked to be the missing piece for him, Clark, but boy, it just never seemed to come together.
You just don't know. Trades are always risky. You don't know how they're going to work out, and I give credit to ownership for talking to the players to see what they thought about the trade before they actually made the deal.
Pass tomorrow. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And here is Williams. He kicks it to Vasquez. And there's the pass to Laverne. Outside Williams. Here's Green. The basket is good off the assist from Williams.
And things just didn't really work out with Rondo here with the Mavs. Missed a lot of games and at times clashed with that coaching staff.
Humphries kicks to Morrow. Now, here's Meeks. D right on him. Releases from 15. Humphries with the bucket.
Jody Meeks.
And the Pistons lead by 21.
And, you know, they said it was the injury, but you have to suspect the Mavs just shut him down in the playoffs. They took a big swing and missed with Rondo in acquiring him, but I think you have to give them credit for at least taking the risk.
Here's Green. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
First personal foul.
Well, we all know that #1 overall picks are incredibly valuable. I mean, they can change the course and face of an entire franchise. Last season, the playoffs were full of teams that featured #1 overall picks.
And guys, teams with the #1 overall pick tend to go very deep in the playoffs. Just the nature of how the NBA lottery and rebuilding structure works.
Yeah, and in the playoffs last season, every team in the conference semis but one had a #1 overall pick on their roster, so that one team was the Grizzlies.
Green, the screen. Off the screen. Vasquez can't get it to go.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making. Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Dallas, no good that time either. Detroit's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Dishes it to Toledo. Inside. Allen kicks to Humphries. Pass to Toledo. Now, here's Meeks. He's guarded by Williams. The three from Morrow. It's hauled in by Williams. The Mavericks have gone through the fourth quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Detroit.
But Steve, you know, you don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out, Clark, this kind of punishment to
Well,
him.
you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Jack. And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
Sure can, because they've earned the win.
Here's Lido. And so Detroit takes this one by a big margin. This one
If you get a chance to play ball.